I am Eve, a photographer with a keen interest in ancient architecture. I often seek out forgotten places for my photography. This time, I discovered an old mansion in a desolate suburb, once a noble family's residence, but now abandoned for many years. The mansion was dilapidated, covered in ivy and vines, with most of its windows broken and the door half hanging. Entering the mansion, I felt a chill, as if the air was filled with the dust of history and secrets. The interior was dim, only speckled with sunlight through the broken windows. While exploring the mansion, I noticed some old furniture and paintings that seemed to tell of its former glory. When I entered a room that appeared to have been a study, I found an old table with a thick family record book on it. As I browsed through the book, exploring the history of the family, I suddenly heard footsteps from upstairs. The sound sent shivers down my spine, as I knew the mansion was supposed to be empty. I decided to follow the footsteps to find their source. The footsteps led me to a closed room upstairs. I carefully opened the door and found the room filled with old dolls and toys. One of the doll's eyes seemed to flicker in the dim light, creating an unsettling feeling. Suddenly, the door shut behind me, and I turned to find it locked. Then, the dolls started to move slowly, making a creepy creaking sound. I felt an invisible force spreading in the room, and the doll's eyes seemed to be watching me. I started to feel a crushing pressure in the air, my heartbeat racing, and I fell into panic. I forcefully rammed the door, but it didn't budge. I began to hear something crawling behind the walls, getting louder and louder. Just when I was about to give up, an incredible force suddenly opened at the door. I dashed out of the room without hesitation, fleeing from this suffocating space. But I felt that force still following closely behind me. I ran out of the mansion and didn't stop until I was far away from the building. Looking back, the mansion in the twilight seemed to return to tranquility. I felt a deep unease, leaving a permanent shadow in my heart.